It's 2025, about to be 2026. We can't shake ourselves from the shackles of people using girl math as an excuse to make bad financial decisions. Girl math got some of y'all in a chokehold. A chokehold!
Girl math for me is every time I go get my Botox, my husband thinks it's $1,000. So anytime I go, which is about twice a year, maybe 3 times a year, I say, honey, it's time for me to get my Botox. Can you send me my Botox money, please? And he sends me $1,000. I just paid $350 and I got a lip flip.
What is a lip flip? Is that supposed to make your lips bigger, or is it supposed to flip your lip like... What is a lip flip? A lip flip is a non-surgical cosmetic procedure that uses a small amount of neurotoxins like Botox to relax the upper lip muscles, causing a lip to slightly turn upward and outward. This what it's supposed to look like? And I say this with the utmost respect. She just said she got something done, right? So you didn't get the Botox? Maybe that's what it's supposed to look like if you don't overdo it, because sometimes people overdo it with the lip stuff and I'd be like, ooh. Does the husband think that it's $1,000 for this quote unquote Botox because the lip flip was a type of Botox, but she's really getting Botox in her lips, not in her face? The first comment says, and why are we asking for money? For some of y'all, girl math involves asking for the money. The next comment says, may I never have to utter the words, may I have my Botox money please to my husband ever. Look, different strokes for different folks. Somebody here says $350 for a lip flip is insane. I'm in California and it's $100. But she replied with $350 was for a full forehead and lip flip. She took like $650 and pocketed it, and it was girl math. Y'all are low down. You know, I hope the husband never sees this video. You already had to ask him for some money to get the Botox in the first place. Is this technically scamming if you're married to your spouse? None of my business.
I found $100 cash today. And if you're a girl, you know cash means free money. So anything that I buy with this is basically free. So today we're gonna go and have some fun and spend all of this $100 bill. The first stop is gonna be Starbucks. Hi, can I get the iced banana cream protein matcha?
11:02. We'll see you on up here.
Thank you. Since exactly when are we paying $11 to drink matcha?
You can make a matcha at home, y'all. One thing about it, y'all gonna pull up at Starbucks, no matter what, the matcha is free because she found $100.
This is how much we have after going to Starbucks, which is $89. Okay guys, so after getting my toes done, we are left with $21, which I feel like is the perfect amount for a thrift store.
Wait, it was 60 something bucks to get her nails done? Y'all, these nail prices is ridiculous. I don't care if we're using girl math or not. The real come up would have been, girl, do this, just DIY it at this point.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna go hit up a thrift store right now and see what we can find with $21. It's basically gonna be for free because it's cash.
It kind of makes me cringe up just watching people find a way to have to get rid of money that they just got their hands on. This is a good demonstration of what a lot of people deal with every day. Like if they get their paycheck, they're instantly looking for a way to get rid of it. Find $100 on the ground. Hey, we gotta go spend it. I don't advise anybody to do anything like this or act like this if you have no emergency fund. If you have nothing set up in the event that you lose your job or you don't have any money and you come up on some money, I don't care if you stumbled on it in a sewage. The wise thing to do is just to put it away. But is that what we do in America? Nah.
Okay, this is what I ended up getting. Okay guys, and that was everything. I basically spent $100 today for free. It didn't cost my bank account.
The real girl math would have been going and putting that into the bank account and then investing in $100 in the stocks so you can have a little something for the future. Girl math, you see how I did that? Let me just paint the picture a little bit. What if instead of getting that matcha, you put $100 into Starbucks because you're there anyway? Now you're an owner. Ooh, you don't just own the matcha, you own Starbucks stock. I'm just trying to open up your way of thinking, that's all. This type of girl math I'm not too mad about because at least she didn't go work for the money. She stumbled upon it. She wasn't gonna have it anyway. But y'all, you don't got to get rid of every blessing that comes your way just because it was quote unquote free.
Girl math has to be the most convenient thing in the world because I went to Zara today not knowing I was going to go to Zara and I spent $230, right? But I also came to Sephora because I had to return some stuff and I had to return $190 worth of stuff, right? So $230 minus $190 is about like $40. So basically I only spent $40 in Zara, basically meaning I saved money. Great definition of girl math.
Why don't y'all see it like this? How many hours did it take me to work to get $190? Let's just say you made $20 an hour, and I'm not even including tax, y'all, because it's worse when you think about the fact that you have these sort of withholdings and stuff you have to pay to the government. But if you make $20 an hour and you spent $190 in Sephora or wherever you go, right? You would have to work 9.5 hours to get whatever you spent that money on. Now ask yourself, was it worth 9 hours of my labor? Stop thinking about the fact that you spent the money somewhere else and you got it back, because even when you spent it over there, you had to physically go work for that money, which is putting physical strain on your body. And I'm sure for a lot of y'all, that's not very fun. Somebody here said, only spent $40 and had a great time doing it. Now, this is the type of girl math I can't get with. Crazy work. Yes, sis, savings. Girl math. You came out ahead, sis. No, you didn't really. And I love when the girl math is mathing. And some of y'all need to stay out the folks' stores with this sort of mentality. When are we gonna grow up?
And if it's Afterpay, I'm gonna pick it every time. If there is an option for Afterpay, I'm clicking it. I don't care how much money I have. I don't even care how much the product is. If it's $5, then I'm paying 4 payments of $125. They literally made it for us girls. It's girl math. We like, okay, so if I have to break this up, it's really like I'm not even paying for anything. Am I right? They need to start doing Afterpay for cars.
No, they don't. If you think about it, we already kind of have Afterpay for cars. It's called a car note. You don't own the car. You're getting charged interest every month. Depending on how bad your credit is, it can be really high or it can be on the lower end, not too far off from Klarna. The only difference is, instead of interest rates, in most cases, you have to read the fine print though, because you still can get hit with interest rates. Y'all are getting late fees. It really just depends on what platform you're using. However, they worded it in the fine print. And y'all think that y'all are getting away with something by using these services. I'm just saying, if you're not using them responsibly, it's going to be just like a credit card. And we have to remember, they are in the business of making money. And how do they make money? It says here, baby, I got all of them. Afterpay, Klarna, Sizzle? What is Sizzle? Affirm, Zippa, and ShopPay, all in the name of girl math. Ain't that crazy? This comment says, hello, somebody. I don't care if the money is there. Let me get that 4 for 4. And somebody here is saying, I booked a whole trip on Klarna and Afterpay. I believe it.
I do feel like I am the CEO of girl math, so let me show you how I girl mathed my way into buying this for myself. This is actually my weaning gift to myself. I breastfed my son, Callahan, for 12 and a half months, and let me break down the girl math for you on why this was justified, and like way more than deserved. If we're getting technical here, I nursed my son for 381 days. So, doing approximate math, of course, like using my nursing tracking apps and whatnot, I spent 650 hours nursing my son. The minimum wage in Denver is $18.81. So 650 times 1881 is $12,226.50. I should have bought like a Chanel or something. I didn't even get my full pay out of this bag. Are you ready? She's so pretty and simple and cute.
If you did something like that and this is what's going to make you happy, and maybe you haven't done anything for yourself in a while and you can afford to do it, why not? But if you can't and you're just like, yeah, girl math, I deserve something. See, you can end up in debt doing stuff like this, trying to justify a purchase that really didn't need to be made, all for a cute bag.
And to be honest, I didn't even girl math to my full capability. So if anyone needs some girl math done, hit me up, because I could probably justify just about any purchase for you. What do you guys think?
If it's not something you need as a basic necessity to survive and you are in debt or you're having struggles getting by, you're living paycheck to paycheck, we don't need nobody like her getting hit up talking about, hey, help me justify this purchase. She's the last person you need to be reaching out to. But you and her are two different people in two different sets of finances. Comments like this, y'all, you created a whole person and then made food for him for a whole year. You deserve whatever you want. Do y'all think that everyone deserves a Porsche, a Rolls Royce, endless Gucci bags, Louis Vuitton, Versace, Bottega, all the expensive stuff just because you created a person? Just let's think about this rationally, y'all. I'm not saying that you don't deserve to treat yourself or to be treated. I'm saying y'all are telling other people you deserve whatever you want. This type of stuff is dangerous, y'all. The internet that is a dangerous place because some of y'all will take these sort of comments to heart and you will go to the people around you and be like, I deserve whatever I want, and it's given spoiled. That's not how life works. You get whatever you can afford because that's the smart thing to do. Because if you go out and somebody done gassed you up and put the battery in your back telling you you deserve whatever you want, some of y'all think y'all deserve to go to Spain, Greece, Hawaii, Bali, Thailand, Japan, and you should be able to do that at least 7 times a year. You should have the finest shoes, the finest cars. You should be decked out from head to toe. Your hairs and nails should never go undone. You should be able to get unlimited cosmetic surgeries. Do y'all get how ridiculous it can get just in the realm of you deserve whatever you want? Doing whatever you want gets you in a lot of debt. But that is a fact if you cannot afford it.
I hate being a girl. Like, girl math, shit don't make sense. Y'all, why am I at the mall to spend some more money to make myself feel better about how much money I just spent? Y'all, I just spent $830.36 to be exact at Toyota. I thought I was spending $350. I went there because my brakes. Did I know my brakes? No, I'm just a girl. Somebody else got my car and was asking me why my car was shaking and vibrating and percolating and twerking when I hit the brakes on the highway.
Girl, your car was twerking. Instantly have flashbacks about the Jeeps.
I honestly didn't even notice that it was doing that. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even notice that. So I did, the responsible thing, went to Toyota to get it fixed, $350, cool. I'm gonna wait, call me, talking about you can get it fixed for $350, but you really need to get them replaced or else you're gonna be back getting them fixed again. So that $350 went to $515. Then they started talking about some spark plug. I don't even know what a spark plug is. And they said this when I had just got my oil change. So at this point, just I spent $830.
At least it's fixed.
Because I'm about to go spend some more money on I actually want to spend money on to make myself feel better. I have to spend money on. Period.
I guess this is in the Girl Math Handbook. Spending more money on stuff I want to make me feel better about spending money on stuff I need equals girl math. The first comment says, the dealership gonna always get you, friend, and I agree. Sometimes you're better off finding a local mechanic because if you go to the dealership, just be expectant to pay a couple $100, and it could be something that could take 5 minutes. For some reason, they be getting down with them prices every time. Even better if you can go on YouTube and fix your problem, but I know she had a lot of stuff going on with her car, and if you don't know what you're doing, you're better off going to the dealership. And this is the type of girl math I'm not getting with. Girl, at least you're responsible. My car needs maintenance and I'm avoiding it. See, this is why some of y'all can't have a car and you got to get a car every couple of years because you ain't doing the maintenance and the upkeep and you just think, oh, I can just get a car, drive it till the wheels fall off and do no maintenance. Some of y'all are like, well, I'm gonna lease a car every year because at least then I don't gotta pay maintenance. You still have to do maintenance on a leased car. Then y'all are sending the cars back to the people you leased it from in bad condition because you ain't been doing the upkeep. You have to take care of your car if you want it to continue to drive long term and then save yourself some money from having to get a new car later. That's why it's called preventative maintenance. Ooh wee.
I literally have to go nanny for like an hour and I'm dreading it, but at least she can pay for my nails, Like at least these are free. You know what I mean?
Because she's nannying for an hour, her nails are free. They look nice though, I'm not gonna lie. And I don't wanna say it like y'all don't need to spend any money doing the things that you like to do with the money you've earned. But I'm always gonna encourage people to try to save money instead of just getting rid of it the minute that they get it, or sometimes even before they get it. We live in such a hyper-consumerism type of economy that we are just like spend. We don't think about saving anything and we just wanna keep buying more stuff, keep getting our nails done, keep getting our hair done. And many people can't afford to be doing all that. And then the minute that they catch a flat tire, it's on and cracking because you don't have any money because you're constantly spending. You're in a loop of just making people who own these corporations even more money. And I really just want to wake people up.
People think I went to law school because I'm really smart or I love school. No, I like money. The idea of my future husband being able to say, my wife is a lawyer, my wife is an attorney, and I have a shopping addiction. All this to say, choose your heart, because not being able to go shopping is hard.
And she said, also, girl math, if you will. I don't know if this is girl math or strategic life planning. And actually, I'm not mad at her. She made a calculated decision to get in a profession that allowed her to spend money, even though it's not the best thing to have a shopping addiction. And hopefully that's something that she's able to overcome, because shopping addictions can be very bad when it comes to debt. But depending on how bad it is, she might still be able to come out on top. Another thing that you have to consider is she was discussing being a wife that's an attorney. Also means that her cost of living would probably come down, because it wouldn't just be her paying for everything. But if you're in a job that doesn't pay much money and you have a shopping addiction and you're not working on stopping that shopping addiction, oh, life is going to be very hard for you, especially with how social media and TikTok always has a new craze or a new trend that everybody's jumping through hoops to go buy and show off on TikTok and be like, hey, look at all this stuff that I got, and then you're on to the next thing next week. The first comment here says, going into law for money is a horrible idea. Most lawyers only make 60 to 80K. Y'all are saying that like it ain't nothing. What? Come on now. Then they go on to say, unless you crack big law, you're much better off in a different profession. We are in the day and age where people are saying, hey, 60 to 80K ain't no money. And I also believe you can probably make way more money than what they're saying. Let me see. Now, y'all know I like to do my research. So we are on the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. And it says here, as far as lawyers go, it looks like it was last updated in May 2023. And it lists their median income as $145,760. The person who commented said that they're going to make around like 60 to 80,000, but it says here the lower 10% make 69K a year. So that's definitely not true. But kudos to her for choosing her hard. I don't see nothing wrong with being a lawyer. I'm trying to understand, when did being a lawyer become a job that people thought you didn't make a lot of money doing? And I love this comment section because it's full of people saying stuff like, I'm a pharmacist, I'm a doctor. My husband gets to say that my wife's a doctor. This comment here says, same. I hate math and chemistry, yet I'm a pharmacist, because they're likely doing it because they want to obtain a certain type of lifestyle and they need the job that's going to be able to make that a reality for them.
Boyfriend and I are having a disagreement. He wants me to transfer the money that's in my Venmo to my bank account, and I say I don't want to. And my reasoning is that if it stays in my Venmo, $416, which I don't feel like is that much, I feel like if I leave it in there, it's free money. Because anytime I need to pay someone, I'm not actually paying them. It's free money. Duh, girl math. And he's like, no, you need to transfer it so you can like accrue interest, whatever. But I'm like, no, like that money's just going to get passed around anyway. So I'm just going to leave it there so I don't actually have to pay people, because it's free money. So let me know if I'm right or if he's right. And I think we all know who's right. It's me.
Well, if it was like $10,000, I definitely would understand why he would be like, yeah, you need to put this into maybe like a money market account. Maybe you could get like 4.75% or something like that. Being that it's like $400, I'm not saying it's a small amount of money, because that's a blessing to somebody. Like, how many people wouldn't want $400? But is it probably going to make you a lot of money if you put that into a money market account? Probably not. However, something is better than nothing. In that case, I would say he's right, because that money is just sitting in Zelle, not doing anything for you. So it's really just about, what do you value? Do you value your money making you more money, even if it's a small amount of money? Or would you rather just have that money sitting there so you can Zelle it out to people who you owe money to later? Girl, how many people you owe money to? Is there a list? Because the first comment says, the amount is not significant enough to make an impact on interest earned. So leaving it as free money is the superior option. The next comment says, someone who's worked in banking. I'm on his side. As a girl, I'm on yours. To be honest, I can see both sides here. I'm also a person that believes what you would do with a little is what you would do with a lot. And some people just have bad habits and they never start with anything. And even if they were to get a large lump sum of money, these are the type of people that might leave it in Zelle or leave it in a checking account, because they have no knowledge on how you can even build your money up to work for you. This comment here is very interesting though. It says, if you're cool, losing your free money is fine. Technically, you're helping Venmo profit off of you and risking potential fraud / Venmo collapse. I can understand this 100%. It's just like leaving your stuff in Cash App. Why not just put it in your bank account or put it somewhere a little bit more safe? A lot of these banks do have FDIC insurance for a certain amount of money if there is any sort of fraud or anything like that on your account. I'm not sure what Venmo has, but these are things you need to consider when you're just storing large amounts amounts or even small amounts of money on these platforms.
Girl math is confirming that you don't need to cut back on your expenses. You just need to find a new job that will pay you more. What's my business case? A crackhead never wakes up and says, I can't afford crack today. Lock in.
Wait a minute. Many people have very expensive taste. And they're like, I don't have enough money. I don't make enough money that I can save. And then when you tell them, hey, you might have to get a better job, get a side hustle, do something else to make more money. They're like, well, I don't want to do that. Well, the math says if you spend more money than you actually can afford to spend, you're going to end up in debt. And I don't want to see nobody end up in debt. But you either have to cut back or you need to make more money. And at some point, you do have a limit on how much you actually can cut back.
Let's normalize being a gold digger. Like, why would I want a broke man? Why would I want to pay for my own bills? Why wouldn't I want a man that's financially stable? Honestly, like, I treat myself, I buy myself I want a man to do that for me so that I don't have to keep doing it for myself. I want a guy that drives a nice car. Like, I literally drive a nice car. I want a guy that, like, takes me on a trip. Like, I'm like, oh my god, I'm craving pasta. And a guy that has money and doesn't spend it on me, like, you're just as useless. A broke man. Like, I hate stingy guys more than I hate broke men, actually. And, like, guys who get offended by that, honestly, have no gold for me to dig. So, like, why are you mad? I need a guy that, like, has money and, like, wants to spoil me. Not, like, has money and wants to control me. Because, in conclusion, if all guys are gonna lie, cheat, and manipulate, then you pick the one that pays for all your bills.
She said this was girl math. I was not prepared. And then on top of that, why is the name of the profile City Girls Up? This is a lie. I'm over here expecting I paid this for this. This was not on the bingo card, man. And then the comments, why are the comments looking like, oh my gosh. Oh my God. I'm just going to ask, because I must stir the pot after this video. For all the women watching, do you agree with her? I just want to know. I'm not judging. I'm just actually curious what y'all are going to put in the comments, because I feel like this is about to start a debate. Wow. Now the next video here says bank account $7.99 and me with a $5,000 bag, $500 perfume, and a $30 lip liner. And apparently she says pound girl math. And the first comment says, by living like this, you attract more abundance. I swear it's worked for me. I want to know how many other people has it worked for, or did it land you with debts? Did it land you in debt? Owing all them credit card companies with interest? The next comment here says, at least I have what I want. Nothing wrong with having what you want if you can afford what you want. Some of y'all get stuff you want and you need to take it back. You need to be on Facebook Marketplace selling it. Got a little, you might have did a little much. Really back in, you know? It's a new day.
I go to Peru tomorrow and I just went and picked up my Peruvian sol, my money. I know this is real currency. I understand. You know, it's real legal tender, but look at it. It's Monopoly money. Like, how cute is it? I understand it's real, but because it looks like Monopoly money, it's just like, spend it.
And just to let you know, whenever you get back, you can always trade it back for US dollar. If you feel like, hey, it's just fake money, at the currency exchange, they will give you the equivalent. So whatever currency you have whenever you're traveling, it's still worth something, y'all. I know y'all are looking at it like, it don't mean nothing to me. Not only does that money have value wherever you're about to go, because the citizens wherever you are would love that, it also has value when you get back. This is not girl math, y'all. Money is money. Are y'all okay?
$40 is just two $20 bills. That's nothing. If you look at it that way, yeah, I think that's worth it.
What if you look at them 2 bills and you're like, that's 2 hours of my life because I only make $20 an hour? That'll put something in perspective for you. To make it even worse, y'all are in the comments talking about 4 $10 bills. All right, so this video here says girl math is spending $400 to get 2 candy cane concealer brushes for free. Or was you gonna do it anyway? Because imagine going in there with a $100 budget. Like, yeah, I'm gonna spend $100 in Ulta. And you end up spending $400 to get a little candy cane thing. Because you're like, oh, you can get a little thing for free. Let me see what else I need. And I know a lot of y'all do that whenever y'all go to these makeup stores, Ulta, Sephora. They got y'all in a chokehold. They get y'all every time with the, if you just spend a little bit more money, we'll give you a free item. We'll give you 2, actually. What a steal for you.
Brad bought me a beach bag, so now I can't buy any beach bags because I'm going to continue to use that one. And I've had this beach bag for 2 years, and so many new cute ones have come up, and I'm obviously not going to buy them or get them because I'm just going to keep using the one that Brad got me because it's like more special to me. It's like just special that he chose it for me, and I still do really like it. So now beach bags probably for the rest of my life. I don't like, when is it acceptable to start buying beach bags again? Probably never, right? maybe after like 5 kids. I don't know. Is that just me?
Yeah, I do think it's just you, actually. It's probably acceptable to buy another bag whenever you can afford another bag or you budgeted for another bag, and this is something that you want to treat yourself with because you actually can afford it and you have an emergency fund set up and you have things in place to make sure all your bills are paid, and you're working on your credit card debt if you have any, or your student loan debt if you have any, so you don't have to worry about your wages being garnished or being sued by credit card companies, and you make sure that you have some money saved on the side in case you ever lose your job or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about buying stuff that doesn't really mean anything. Are we okay? Oh my.
I would take it to the gym.
She loves it so much.
Shut up, let me explain it. My name's Kelly. I bought this main Coach bag and it was $200. And then I saw this at the shop that was $100 and I was like, I don't need it. And then I went back 2 weeks later with the mentality that this was gonna be $100. And I go and I asked the employee, I'm like, are these really all $100? And she was like, yeah. And then I go to pay and it's swiped for only $65. So I did save money. It was still a lot.
This is
but
giving
this was $70.
So, girl, she said she saved money because she thought it was $100. But the bag, that little tiny bag, was actually $60. $60 for that bag is crazy. She can maybe put a little key fob in there, maybe a chapstick for the winter months. You know, we're getting there, you know. Oh, consumerism is doing us in so bad.
My dad gives me a debit card and he puts $1,000 in my bank. I was like, $1,000 gonna last me 4 years, okay? Not even kidding you. Week 1, my roommate's like, oh, let's go shopping on Newberry. I'm like, let's go shopping on Newberry. I have $1,000. So we go shopping on Newberry. Now, mind you, I'm $20 here, $20 there. I was teaching girl math before girl math was even a thing. I go into a store, my card gets declined. I go, that's weird. I've only spent like $40. So I call my dad. I go, Dad, card's broken. He goes, did you spend $1,000? I go, no, I didn't spend $1,000. I spent $20 over here. I'm good. He calls me back. He goes, yeah, you spent $1,000. I could not comprehend how I spent $1,000 because I was spending only $20 at a time. The math wasn't mathing.
And that's exactly how it works, y'all. If you are not keeping track of everything, if you're not checking them price tags and you're just like, just throw it in the bag, not looking at the price tag, that's how you end up spending $1,000.
Listen, I'm going to put $800 in your account. Do not spend it. Got it. What do you think I did? Spent it that day. $800 gone.
So she spent $1,800, not just the $1,000. Oh my. This is why I'm a big advocate for budgeting and knowing how much you're going to spend before you walk in a store, or having an idea at least. Like maybe you can look online and shop the prices and say, hey, this is what I can afford. But man, we have a problem as a society with instant gratification. Sometimes when we're thinking about the budgeting aspect and the fact that this money is real, all logic goes out the window, and so does the money. And it also could have been because she didn't work for the money. When you work for the money, you're thinking, how many hours did it take for me to get this amount of money? And now I just blew it and I don't even know what I spent it on. But for many people, it doesn't even matter if they work for the money. They're still going to have that same sort of idea when it comes to buying stuff, because they're just like, oh, look at all these fancy things I can buy. If you don't learn nothing from this video, equate the fact that you have to work X amount of hours for whatever it is that you're buying. That's the girl math. I quickly wanted to talk about a few people who have their own disdains about girl math or their objections. And this one I thought was very interesting.
It's 2025, so I'm just going to politely request that we stop using the phrases girl math and girl science. You might be thinking, Amelia, it's not that deep. It is that deep. Because when you justify your irresponsible shopping habit with it being girl math, that's misogynistic. When you say that something is girl science because it's something that has no scientific backing, that's harmful. It makes us all look bad, because what you're implying is that regular math and regular science are not for girls, and that girls need distilled down math and distilled down science to remotely understand what the men are doing.
I agree. I've been saying this since last year when I did the first girl math video. That might have actually been 2 years ago now. I digress. I'm tired of it too, and ask and plead with you all. Please stop using this phrase in 2026. I would ask if y'all could stop using it in 2025, but I think we're a little too late for that, because y'all have still been using girl math to justify the bad financial decisions. Y'all aren't letting up. I don't know what to do at this point, but I need to gather a whole army of people who feel the same way as me, and I'm glad she does.
But I implore you, do not use girl math or girl science as phrases. It's misogynistic, and we can find a new way to talk about it. I promise, I also have an irresponsible shopping habit, but I don't call it girl math. We can come up with another phrase. Brainstorm in the comments.
I don't even know what y'all would call it. I'm scared just for the heck of it. What else would y'all call it? Or is girl math here to stay? I really hope not, because I'm so tired of it.
If you are not in control of your life, you are always going to be at the mercy of someone else. That means if the power to feed you has the power to starve you, you need to get your own. You have a man. What part of that simple concept are the girls not understanding? You gotta call your pay this Zelle ready when you get there because you don't got a dime of your own. That is a problem. Stop using your time and your resources to completely cater to a man and what he wants and what he likes, and start getting a little bit of your own so you can walk away from any situation that you don't like. I don't want to have this conversation again.
She said this is big girl math. Ooh. All right, I need to know, do y'all agree down below? I do think as adults, this isn't just a male or a female thing. I would hope that everybody could be able to sustain themselves by themselves because life is unpredictable. However, I do think she is going to have this conversation again because a lot of people don't see it that way. They just don't. Financially, they will depend on somebody 100%. And until something bad happens, they don't want to hear nothing like this. And it's kind of sad because we see so many videos online of people saying, you know, I never thought this would happen to me. I was a stay-at-home mom for X amount of years, or I didn't have a job for X amount of years and I'm left with nothing. And it's like, man, it's very sad to see these sort of things happen, but the reality is they can. So no matter the situation you're in, just do what's smart, do what makes sense, and protect yourself. And I need to know what y'all think about all this down below. Are y'all as tired of girl math as me? And I'm hoping y'all wrap it up in 2025. Leave it here, please. Don't take this into 2026. But I need your best examples of girl math down below. What is girl math to you, and do you use this every day in your life to justify your bad financial decisions? If so, I hope not. Stop it, please. But we got to start making better decisions today in order to have a better future.